ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. First of all, offer my millions of obeisances to lotus feet of Asmadi Gurupad Padma, Nittilla Prishta Jagat Guru Shri Śrīmad Bhagavad-gītā Narayana Goswami Maharaj Tirandi Swami Shri Śrīmad Bhagavad-gītā Dandi Maharaj, Namnishta Santa Shri Aniruddha Das Prabhuji, all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis who are gathered here for the online class. Please accept my humble obeisances. Reading from Śrīmad Bhagavad-gītā, chapter 7. The title of the chapter is Knowledge of the Absolute, and verse number 5. Apareyam itastam anyam prakritim viddhi me param jivabhutam mahabhavo yedam dharyate jagat. Apara, inferior, iyam, this, itaha, besides this, two, but, anyam, another, prakritim, energy, viddhi, just try to understand, me, my, param, superior, jiva bhutam, comprising the living entities, mahabaho, O mighty arm one, yaya, by whom, idam, this, dharyate, is utilized or exploited, jagat, the material world. Besides these, O mighty arm Arjuna, there is another superior energy of mind which comprises the living entities who are exploiting the resources of this material inferior nature. Here it is clearly mentioned that the living entities belong to the superior nature or energy of the Supreme Lord. The inferior energy is matter manifested in different elements, namely earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence and false ego. Both forms of material nature, namely gross, earth, etc., and subtle mind, etc., are products of the inferior energy. The living entities who are exploiting these inferior energies for different purposes are the superior energy of the Supreme Lord, and it is due to this energy that the entire material world functions. The cosmic manifestation has no power to act unless it is moved by the superior energy, the living entity. Energies are always controlled by the energetic, and therefore the living entities are always controlled by the Lord. They have no independent existence. They are never equally powerful as unintelligent men think. The distinction between the living entities and the Lord is described in Śrīmad Bhagavatam 10, Canto 87, chapter verse 30 as follows. Aparimita dhruvas tanubhruto yadi sarvagatas tarhina shasateti niyamo dhruva netaratha ajani chayan mayam tad avimuccha niyantru bhavet samam anujanatam yad amatam mata dushtataya. O Supreme Eternal, if the embodied living entities are eternal and all-pervading like you, then they would not be under your control. But if the living entities are accepted as minute energies of your Lordship, then they are at once subject to your supreme control. Therefore, real liberation entails surrender by the living entities to your control, and that surrender will make them happy. In that constitutional position only can they be controllers. Therefore, men with limited knowledge who advocate the monistic theory that God and the living entities are equal in all respects are actually guided by a faulty and polluted opinion. The Supreme Lord Krishna is the only controller, and all living entities are controlled by him. These living entities are his superior energy because the quality of their existence is one and the same with the Supreme, but they are never equal to the Lord in quantity of power. While exploiting the gross and subtle inferior energy matter, the superior energy, the living entity, forgets his real spiritual mind and intelligence. This forgetfulness is due to the influence of matter upon the living entity. But when the living entity becomes free from the influence of the illusory material energy, he attains a stage called mukti or liberation. The false ego, under the influence of material illusion, thinks I am matter and material acquisitions are mine. His actual position is realized when he is liberated from all material ideas, including the conception of his becoming one in all respects with God. Therefore, one may conclude that the Gita confirms the living entity to be one of the multi-energies of Krishna, and when this energy is freed from material contamination, it becomes fully Krishna conscious or liberated. Now reading Srila Gurudev's version of the same verse, Shloka 5, chapter 7. Aparayamitastumanyam prakritim viddhi me param jivabhutam mahabaho yedam dharyate jagat. Mahabaho, O mighty Arjuna, viddhi, you must understand, iyam, this material energy to be apara, inferior to, but itaha, beyond it. There is anyam, another, param, superior, prakritim, energy, me, of mind, consisting of jiva bhutam, the living beings, yaya, by which idam, this jagat, universe, dharyate, is accepted. O Mahabahu, you should know that my external energy, which consists of 8 divisions, is inferior. There is another potency of mind known as the jiva swarupa, which is superior and which accepts this material world for the purpose of enjoying the fruits of karma. Sarartha Varshini, because its nature is inert, the earlier mentioned Bahiranga Shakti is external apara. The Tatastha Shakti in the form of the jivas is different from the Bahiranga Shakti and superior para to it because of the presence of consciousness. The reason that it is superior is that by its conscious nature it sustains the universe. That is, it accepts the material world for the purpose of its own enjoyment. Sarartha Varshini Prakashika Vritti. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur quotes Krishna as saying, besides this material nature, apara prakriti, there is my marginal nature, tatastha prakriti, which is also called jiva or para prakriti. That prakriti is conscious, chaitanya swarup, and it is in the form of the jivas, jiva swarup. All the jivas emanating from that energy have made this inert material world conscious. The jiva has the capacity to understand and move in either the Chit Jagat, transcendental world, which has emanated from my internal energy, Antaranga Shakti, or in the Jad Jagat, inert world, which has emanated from my external energy, Bahiranga Shakti. Jiva Shakti is also called Tatastha Shakti for this reason. Those Baddha Jivas who are averse to Sri Krishna manifest in this world from this Tatastha Shakti. It is a great misconception to think that the Baddha Jivas have given up their service to Krishna and have come from Vaikuntha or even higher from Goloka. This idea is opposed to Siddhanta. Once a Jiva has attained service to Krishna in his abode, it is impossible for him to fall from that position. As it is said in Gita 15.6, Yad Gatvana Nivartante Tad Dhama Paramam Mama. Those who attain my supreme Dhamma never return to this material world. Chitraketu Maharaj and Jay and Vijay never fell down. They appeared in this world voluntarily and enacted the roles of Baddha Jivas for the pleasure of Bhagavan. The Jivas who are absorbed in service to Sri Krishna in the spiritual world manifest either from Sri Baladev Prabhu or from his expansion. Mahasankarshan, who is not different from him. They are eternally liberated Jivas. It is never possible that they fall. Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpatarvasya Kripa Sindhu